A list of 16 insects have been allowed for sale as food in Singapore, but people might only be able to buy these in supermarkets or restaurants after mid-July or even later. That's as permits and licenses will still need to be submitted and approved. Rebecca Mateo finds out that more types of insects may also be permitted along the way.
This Chinese restaurant that serves bugs has gotten at least 15 bookings for 50 people just mere hours since authorities approved the sale of insects as food. Among its dishes are crunchy superworms with chili crabs and fried rice tossed with silkworms. And it has been training its staff for this day. For one, waitress will warn diners with seafood allergies about how insects could trigger the same symptoms.
We got a separate department. We got the 2 chefs specialized for this. They have been through training in the overseas to handle this, how to handle these insects.
The restaurant gets its insect products from Ultimate Nutrition, which is also supplying other restaurants like Tung Lok for some dishes and a cocktail bar in Shangri-La Hotel. CNA understands Ultimate Nutrition was one of the 4 industry players importing insects invited for a briefing with the Singapore Food Agency on Monday. It tells us that items can be sold to the public at the earliest only in mid-July. Import permits will need to be approved after firms submit papers such as health certification to prove their insects are grown in proper environments.
So we're bringing in 3,000 protein bars in, and then for insects like that, it will be about 50 kilos of insects each. Yes, silkworms. So right now, the protein bars are listed on our website already, for example. So we're starting from today, we will allow consumers to start purchasing, and then it will be delivered in a few weeks' time once everything is settled.
Right now, suppliers can only import 16 approved insects like crickets, grasshoppers, mealworms and superworms. But the firm wants to also sell new types like sago worms.
What we learned is that if we want to bring in anything else beyond the 16 list of approved insects, it's not like we can't, it's not possible at all. We just have to inform them what species it is, and then they have to do some studies themselves or to send them the product. So it's still possible.
To get approved, industry players can provide authorities with a few details, such as history of the insect being eaten as food, as well as farming and processing methods. In a circular seen by CNA, close to 100 insects and insects products can be imported for human consumption. They include crackers, sweets like chocolates, pasta, and even insect oil. From what we know so far, no live insects will be allowed for sale as food under an upcoming law. SFA says firms selling processed insects must label the product properly. It will also conduct sampling for food safety testing.